Hey y'all, Cheryl here with Daisy. This is going to be my 2-week post-op VSG update. I know it's a little late, sorry about that. I went back to work this past week, and so it was just a busy week, and so I didn't get my video made on Wednesday, which was actually my 2-week. But I'm going to go ahead and give you my stats because I know that's what you all want to know, right? So it looks like I am what you would call a slow loser, which is okay because I think that if I do lose slower, maybe I won't have as much of that loose skin or hanging skin. I know that I'm gonna have some. I mean, I'm not crazy. I'm realistic here. I know I'm gonna have some loose skin. But I think if I lose it a little slower and I'm doing the exercises I'm supposed to do and doing the things I need to do, then maybe I won't have any more of it than is absolutely necessary. So let me go over my stats with you really quickly. My highest weight was 237. When I started my pre-op diet on August the 12th, it was 227. So I had lost 10 pounds from April until then. Surgery weight on August 26th was 215. So that was 12 pounds I had lost during the 2-week pre-op diet. And now, as of 2 weeks post-op, I've lost 10 pounds. So I'm at 205. So last week I was at 210. And I told you then how I had gained 5 pounds while I was in the hospital, and I didn't know that that was a thing, that you actually came home weighing more than you went in. But it's okay because I got that 5 off, and then so that put me back down to 215, and then I had lost another 5 that first week. This second week I've lost 5. I have, which currently as I'm filming this video, I'm actually like 18 days post-op. So since I hit 205, which was Tuesday, which was actually the day before my 2-week post-op, I haven't lost anything. So in the last 4 days, I've just been sitting still. And I know, don't comment me, don't message me and tell me to not weigh myself every day, because you're fighting a losing battle. I'm gonna still weigh myself every day. I don't stress out about it too much. I'm not gonna say I never stress about it, but I weigh myself every day. It's just something I've always done, and I write it down and I track it. So I'm down 32 pounds total since my highest weight. And when I started this, I did say I wanted to lose 100 pounds. So that means I have 70, what does that mean? 68, I can't do math, I'm sorry. 68 pounds to go. Is that right? Yeah, 68 to go. So I've lost 22 pounds since I started my pre-op, and so that's 22 pounds in a month, because that was August 12th. Today is September 13th. So I've lost 22 pounds in a month, and I might be a slow loser after surgery, but never in my life have I lost 22 pounds in a month. I mean, it took me 4 months just to lose those 10 pounds before surgery. So I'm pretty happy right now with my 32 pounds down. So since surgery, I'm 10 pounds lower than what I went in surgery day, which, you know, in 18 days, 10 pounds in 18 days, that's I mean, I think I've only lost 10 pounds, but I've lost 10 pounds in 18 days. That's more than a half pound a day. So I really can't beat myself up about that. And I had my 2-week doctor's appointments, which was virtual. And I spoke to the nurse practitioner, and I was concerned, and she said, nope, you're fine. She said, you got to understand that you are on the lower end of that BMI scale to begin with, so it's just not going to come off as fast. She said expect 8 to 10 pounds a month, and so that's what I'm going to go with. And as long as the scale goes down every week, or even if it stays the same, it's not going back up, and I'm good with that. And you know, because I made this decision for the long term. I know it's not a quick fix, I didn't put it on overnight, so it's not going to come off overnight. So let me tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. First of all, I'm struggling with my vitamins. So the chewable multivitamin that I got from Bariatric Advantage, they're not sitting well. I did start taking those while I was on my pre-op diet, and they did fine. Since surgery, when I take them, I feel really, really nauseated for about 30 to 45 minutes afterwards, and a few times I have not even been able to keep them down. So I've just decided I can't do it, and I hate it because I bought them and they weren't cheap, but I just can't do it. So my nurse practitioner told me to, if I need to just take a regular over-the-counter vitamin, multivitamin, like a Centrum 1 a day or something like that, that I can do that, but that I would need to take 2 of those every day. So double that dosage. So I've been doing that. I had the Centrum 1 a days that I was taking before, but they're so big. I'm taking them. I'm taking 2 of them every day. I'm not taking them at the same time. I'm taking them separately, but they just feel like they get stuck, like right there, and it's so uncomfortable. So I ordered the patches. They're not in yet, but I'm gonna see how that does. And speaking of my vitamins, let me just get my phone here and go into my Baritastic app. Is that the name of this app? Baritastic, I think. Yeah. And let me just give you the rundown of what I'm taking every day. So I've split mine up to where I'm just taking one thing at a time, and it's taking me all day long to do it. So I start out with a calcium, then I take, I have an anti-anxiety medicine that I take, then I take a multivitamin, then I take the omeprazole, which is the acid reducer, then I take another calcium, then I take my vitamin D, then the other multivitamin, then I take a biotin, and then another calcium. And then at bedtime I take the stool softener. So that's what I'm taking every day, and it takes me all day long to get all this stuff in. So I ordered the patches for the multivitamin, the vitamin D, and the biotin. Those are the 3 patches I ordered. So that's gonna cut out 4 things that I'm taking: 2 multivitamins, vitamin D, and biotin. The calciums that I got, the Bariatric Advantage caramel flavored chews, they're like a Starburst little piece of candy. Oh, I love them. I love them. The fact that I get to take 3 of those every day, it feels like I'm being bad. Honestly, they are so good. So yeah, I'm still doing a protein shake every day. I did go back on my coffee when I went back to work. I just found that I had absolutely no energy. So it's decaf. It's decaf, but coffee itself does give you a little boost, and it may just be because I was so used to drinking coffee. I've been drinking coffee for years. So excuse me. It's decaf because my program does say that I can't have caffeine. I know some of you do drink caffeine, but my program says not to. So it's decaf. So I went back on the coffee and I mixed, so I've got a large cup of coffee from my Keurig decaf, which is 10 ounces. And then I mixed that with one of the protein shakes, the Premier Protein, which is 11 ounces. So that's 21 ounces of liquid that I start my day with. But I don't count the 11 ounces as fluid. I count the 10 ounces as fluid and then the protein. But it takes me about an hour and a half to drink that every day. And so that's my breakfast. And I mean, that protein shake's 160 calories. So that's plenty enough to be my breakfast. I did get the pumpkin spice flavor Premier Protein. I had to order it. Nobody here locally had it, so I had to order it from Walmart.com. It came in the other day. I've drank 2 of those already. One of them I drank by itself, and it was okay. The other one I mixed with the coffee, and it was so good. Oh, it was just so good. I don't know why I think that pumpkin, I like that flavor mixed with my coffee when it's hot, but I didn't really care for it cold from just the protein shake out of the refrigerator. I wasn't really a big fan. But I did get it. I saw where they have like a cinnamon bun flavor. I saw that on a Facebook group, but I haven't been able to find it. And even Walmart.com didn't have it when I ordered my pumpkin spice ones. So maybe I'll come across that. I've also ordered some Gene Pro. It hasn't come in yet. So that I can, when I do go into soft foods, and if I need to mix some protein in with that, because I'm having a little bit of trouble getting all my protein in. Sticking to one shake a day is helping with that, because then I start off with 30, you know, with a bang. And my program says minimum 60 grams of protein and minimum 60 fluid ounces of liquids or fluids. So I don't having any trouble getting my fluids in. I would like to get more liquids in. I'd like to get up to around 90 ounces a day, because I just feel like I might lose a little bit faster if I did that, but there's just not room. I'm telling you, I get so full so fast. So right now I'm on stage, I guess you call it stage 2, which is purees. So I went on that at 2 weeks. So I've got another week to do that. So from 2 weeks to 4 weeks, I'll be on purees, and then I'll move to soft food. So what I've been eating is, I did a ricotta bake. The first time I made it, it didn't turn out good at all. I had to trash it. I didn't follow the recipe. I just, honestly, I make lasagna. I make a pretty good lasagna. So I honestly just did what I do to make lasagna and left out the noodles and the meat. And thought that would be fine, but it just wasn't very good. So when I made it the second time, I followed the recipe that I found on Pinterest. Really, really good. I mean, I will say it's not the best thing I've ever eaten, but when you haven't had real food in a month, yeah. And just giving you that, the flavor from the sauce and the seasonings, it was just really good. It was nice to have a taste in my mouth, something savory that wasn't a protein shake or broth, chicken broth. I'm so sick of broth. So I don't even like the sound of the word broth anymore. It just sounds horrible to me. Broth. I'm over it. I'm over the broth. Okay, so I made the ricotta bake, and the one that I made, I portioned it out into 1.5 ounce servings, because I have the 2 ounce plastic containers, but to put the lid on it, it won't hold 2 ounces. So I did 1.5 ounce. I got 11 of those. I have ate some refried beans. I ordered a small container of refried beans when my husband went to the local Mexican place here and got some queso last weekend. The small container of refried beans, and I ate off of it for like 4 days, and I was like, it is really good, but I gotta throw it out. There was still half of it left, but it had been in my fridge for 4 days, so I had to get rid of it. I'm eating buffalo chicken dip. I separated that also out into 1.5 ounce servings. I'm eating the Laughing Cow cheese, and I know that was on my list for soft foods, but that, like mozzarella, Baby Bell, string cheese, that stuff's on my list for soft foods. But Laughing Cow is, if you haven't ever tried that brand is so soft. And I don't eat it with anything. I just eat the little triangle wedge, whatever you call it, by itself, and it's so good. I mean, I chew it up really good because it's technically not a puree, it's a soft food, but I'm chewing it up really good, and it's going down, and it sits fine. Yesterday, my husband got barbecue. We were out and about, and he wanted to go to a barbecue place, and so I just got a baked sweet potato with no sugar on it, because I know they always add sugar. And I ate a few bites of that, and then I brought home the rest and I separated it out. So now I have sweet potato also. I've tried egg salad, where I just boiled eggs and put them in the blender with some mayonnaise. It didn't sit well at all. It tasted good, but it didn't sit well. And so first I was like, well, is it the eggs or is it the mayonnaise? So I did some tuna and also mixed it with a little bit of mayonnaise, and that was fine. The tuna did fine. So I think that it was the eggs. I'm gonna wait till I go back on soft foods, get my tummy a little bit used to some different flavors and stuff, and then try eggs again, because I know that eggs are really good for me. And so I want to be able to consume eggs, but they just didn't sit well for me that one day. I did have some instant oatmeal the other day that I fixed, just like the pack of instant oatmeal. I ate 1 ounce of that and gave my son the rest of it. It sat fine, but it just doesn't have enough protein for me to be trying to fill up my tummy with it, because protein first, you know, hydration and protein, that's what it's all about, right? So what am I drinking? Water, Gatorade Zero, Premier Protein still, coffee I told you about, and then tea. I do have a cup of tea every night before I go to bed. So I have the Earl Grey, which is my favorite, but if I haven't had a bowel movement that day, then I'll do the Smooth Move tea, which still has a nice flavor to it, but I just don't like it as much as the Earl Grey. But I'll do that if I didn't have a bowel movement that day, because I don't want to deal with constipation or anything. So my incisions are healed. The last of the glue stuff that was like flaking off, the last of that came off when I was in the shower yesterday. So incisions are good. It was a little itchy around them, like right there the last couple days, but now it seems fine. I do still have a little bit of that numbness from where they had to cut the muscles, and I remember that from when I had my C-section years ago, that it took, I'm gonna say it took almost a year for that numbness to go away for me. So I don't know if that'll be the same now with it being laparoscopic, if that'll get better sooner or what. So we'll see. So I did have to, NSV, I wanted to tell you about this. My watch, I don't know if you can see the watch band, but there is like a pink line where the little clasp used to be on the other side of that pink line, if you can see that. And I had to tighten it up. And I was so excited I had to tighten up my watch band. I also had to tighten up the mask for my CPAP, because it was leaking and I couldn't figure out. I'm like, why is this thing leaking? Well, it was too big, so I had to tighten it up. My clothes are still the same size, but I wear a lot of elastic. Elastic is my friend. Elastic is a big girl's friend, and that's just the way it is, right? So I wear leggings and I wear some maxi skirts with elastic and all that. So I'm in the same size, but I do notice a little bit of extra room in the booty area. So I think I'm losing my booty maybe. So far I haven't noticed anything new in my tummy area, but I do think I still might be a little swollen there. I don't know how long that lasts. We're going to take measurements once a month. We did that on, so I did that on Tuesday night before I had surgery Wednesday morning. And we will take my measurements again when I hit on the 26th. So I will post the 1 month thing. So for right now, that is about it. As far as my weight loss, I'm back to work. I still have no energy. Hopefully, if I get my vitamin situation figured out, then my energy levels will go back up. But until then, I am just moving right along. Next week, I'll try to give you a video on time for a change. So until then, I'll sign off. Bye, y'all.